Welcome to MLM Recruiting Mastery System. We're talking about closing in this module, getting your prospects to take action. And here are some effective closes, one of my favorite ones I use. The first one is the 3-question close. So ask these 3 one after another. And remember, when you ask, the first person to speak loses, right? You want to ask a question and let the person talk. So number 1 question is, are you interested to make more money? Second question is, do you see how this business can help you make more money? Third question is, when do you want to start making more money? Or you can say, when's the best time for you to start making more money? And the cool thing is, you can use this for anything, right? Are you interested to make more money? Do you see how this business can help you make more money? When do you want to start making more money? So I'm going to give you some examples. Say you're coming to a weight loss product. Are you interested to lose weight? Do you see how these products can help you lose weight? When's the best time for you to start losing weight? If you're talking for the business side, are you interested to secure your retirement? Do you see how this business can secure your retirement? When's the best time for you to start securing your retirement? All right? So if they say you have an energy drink, right? Are you interested to have more energy? Do you see how these products can give you more energy? When's the best time for you to start having more energy? So it's really, really effective. Go practice this and be good at it so you can apply it to anything. The next close is the dream close, one of my favorite. The dream close shows that network marketing business is a much smarter way to build wealth. It paints great mental pictures. And really, it's about your prospect selling themselves. They're convincing themselves because the words are coming out of their mouth. You're not telling them. And it stirs up an emotion. And remember, people always buy with emotion and justify with logic, right? So I see women all the time. They go out there and buy a pair of jeans, even though they have so many pairs of jeans or so many pairs of shoes, right? And then they go and justify, wow, we got such a great deal. It's 50% off. And then if you use the gift card, you got another 20% on top of the 50%, right? That they justify it. But why? They didn't buy it because of the discount. They buy it because of emotion. And if you're a woman out there, you know what I'm talking about, right? And by the way, guys, we're the same thing. We're the same way. We buy because of emotion and justify it with logic. Right? And guys, we do the same thing with gadgets, right? I buy all these gadgets. I love, and I justify it, right? I justify it. Like, for example, I always buy the latest iPhone because just emotionally, I guess it feels good, even though I don't want to admit that, right? And I justify it, say, well, I justify by, because when we take video of the kids, I want the best pictures and best video. Right? Because every year the phone's camera gets better and better and better. More memory, there's more memory to store the pictures of the kids without the memory being full. Right? People always buy with emotion and justify with logic. So here's the dream close. First question is, what did you like best about what you've seen? And let them say it. What do you like best about what you've seen? And they may say, oh, the product's great. They say they got the company is good credibility. I love the team. I love the excitement. I can earn residual income. Let them talk. Again, when they say it, they're convincing themselves. The second question is this: do you see yourself making little money or big money in this business? Okay, do you see yourself making little money or big money in this business? And most of the time, they'll say big money. Right? And then if they say little money, don't worry about it. You keep going on. Okay, but that tells you a little bit about the person, but you still can use the dream close. Big money. So it's what you're looking for, though. If they say big money, then you ask them, how much is big money to you? And let them answer. And then you say, well, what would you do with that money? And this is where the dream and why comes out. Right? So I want to buy a house for my mom. I want to be able to put money for my kids' education in college, right? So on. This is why it comes out. I want to travel around the world. And then the fifth question is, at your current job, how long would it take for you to earn that amount of money? And they're going to say, wow, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, I don't know, a long time, 20, 30 years. And then you close them. Like, we can agree that this business is much easier. Let's get you started. Okay, I love the dream close. Works extremely, extremely well. Now, if they're not ready to get started, they bring up some questions. Then what happens is, that means you have objections, right? And go back to the objection module. You basically answer the objection, and then you close again. Hey, so aside from that question, now that we answered it, anything else that's holding you back from getting started? You close again. Okay, so but a dream close, by the way, it's really good to use immediately after the presentation, the first one to use, because it's the climax. People are excited, right? You ask them immediately, what did you like best about what you've seen? Okay, here's an alternative choice close. It's basically give them an option. You never ask a yes or no question, right? Because if you ask a yes or a no, then it ends. There's nothing else to talk about. So don't ask them, are you ready to join? Because they'll say, no, I'm not. Then what else are you going to say? You're stuck then, right? Instead, how would you like to get started? Give them an option. So here's some examples. Are you ready to get started with 3 business centers or 1 business center? Would you be interested in earning 10% commission or 20% commission? Right? Or are you interested to become a customer, or you want to start with the business right now? So you're giving your prospect an option, not a yes or no. Here's some more examples. Here's a classic one. Are you 1, 2, or 3? Are you number 1? Are you ready to get started? Or number 2, you're interested but have some questions? Or number 3, you're not interested but you like to try the products? That's another variation of the alternative choice close. You give them options. They have to give you an answer. They have to make a decision and give you an answer. Now here is the 3-option close. Okay, 3-option close. Number 1 is, would you be interested to running a small business, a big business, or you just want to be a customer? Right? This is, again, alternative choice close, giving 3 options. Another variation is the 1 to 10 scale. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ready to get started and 1 being not interested at all, where are you right now? And after the answers, just say that I'm a 7. So what can I help make that a 10? Well, what can I do to help you make that a 10? Okay, I like this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being ready to get started and 1 being not. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ready to get started and 1 not being interested at all, where are you right now? All right, the next one is the Ben Franklin close, which is another close I like and enjoy. I used it many, many times. Okay, the Ben Franklin close basically provides a logical way for a prospect to come up with a conclusion. So it shows reasons for doing the business, showing the reasons for doing the business outnumber the reasons for not doing it, and very effective for logical, analytical types. So here's a script, okay? So say the prospect's name is Maria. Maria, let's see if you really should do this business. If it's not meant for you, then we should not do it. It'll be wasting your time and my time. But if it was meant for you, then we should definitely do it. Do you agree? Now, the reason why this is so effective is because you're not convincing the prospect. The prospect feels that you are on their side, right? Because you say, if it's not meant for you, then we should not do it, because you'll be wasting your time and my time. But if it's meant for you, then we should definitely do it. Do you agree? So then you work with the prospect to write it out, just like I basically gave you a sample there. You want to write down, take a piece of paper, draw a line in the middle, and the left side put reasons why you should do the business. On the right side, put reasons against, reasons why you should not do the business, right? Where they should not get involved. And you want to list out as many reasons why. So, for example, why should you do the business? Because you can earn more income. You can have more time freedom. Time freedom means more time for your kids. You can learn new business skills. Now, you're going to help the prospect come up with at least 8 to 10. Again, let them say it because if you say it, it may be a lie, right? Ask them, what are some reasons why you should? Let them list it out. Get them to come up with 8 or 10. All right, and you may have to help them out. So if they're stuck, you may say, well, what about just say they didn't list out the residual income part. So you say, what about the residual income part? And they say, oh yes, this can help you earn some more residual income. If they're stuck, you can say, what about the college fund that you said you wanted to start with your kids? Do you think this will help? And they, yeah, this will help you with the college fund. So you're going to guide them to come up with 8 to 10 reasons. Now, when it comes to reasons against, let the prospect come up with it themselves. Let them come up with themselves. And by the way, we talked about the Ben Franklin close in the objections, right? Where we kind of list out the time. The whole Ben Franklin is drawing it out in columns so they see it. And I've never, by the way, when they come up with the negatives, I've never met a prospect that can come up with more than 5. Right? Normally it's 3. There's no money, I don't have the skills, or no time. They come up with 3. And then what you're going to say to them, it's a good thing we did this exercise. Obviously, there's a lot more reasons why you should do this than against. I mean, if you shouldn't, if there's more reasons why not, then we shouldn't do it. But I think from We just analyzed it. We should definitely get you started. So, okay, let's get you started right now. And then you go get started, okay? You sign them up right then. Okay, very, very effective close. You have them list out all the reasons why. You help them with it, come over 8 to 10, and then let them see if you can come up with how many reasons they should not do it. And the reasons for doing the business always outnumber the reasons why they should not do the business. Now here's the I've got to think about it close. Okay, I've got to think about it close is, again, it's very similar to I've got to think about it objection. Right? Do you really think your prospect is going to go home and actually think about it? Because I've got to think about it is really a cover-up for a hidden objection. The goal is to find a hidden objection. So again, this is a review. We covered this in the objection module. I absolutely agree you have to think about it. And they'll be relieved. You must be serious or else you wouldn't have to think about it, right? And then you can say, well, just out of curiosity, what do you have to think about? Is it my personal integrity? Right? Is it the integrity of the company? Is it the products? Is it the training? Is it this? Is it that? On and on and on. You keep asking until the prospect gives you the reason why. Once you find an objection, you answer it, and then you go say, oh, now that we answered that question, do you have any other questions or concerns before I help you get started? Okay, the next close is called a breaking it down close. I sound a very big time person using this, and I say big time because it led me to other signups. Okay, that person actually never did much, but I just got so excited, and I shared that in the mindset. The mindset all the way back in module 1, where it's the trainer, right? I broke it down to $700. I broke it down to tiny chunks. So if you're a starter package, you basically want to break down investment into smaller pieces. Just say it's $700. It may seem a lot of money. What ways can you break it down? So it's just $1 a day for 2 years. So you can be financially free. You're breaking it down. Another example you can use, maybe you have a monthly purchase you have to do. Maybe it's $100 a month. Now maybe $100 a month seems like a lot, but if you break it down to $3 a day, and that's less than the price of coffee at Starbucks, then it seems much cheaper. Okay, so you want to break it down to smaller numbers because we tend to have psychologically a negative or fear when it comes to big numbers. So break it down. Notice in each of these closes, we guide the prospect to the conclusion, right? We're not telling them, we're guiding them. We now have the law of contrast close. Okay, the law of contrast basically states, it's very similar to break it down, right? Contrasting, like $1 a day doesn't seem like, for the next 2 years, doesn't seem that much. But $700 all at one point is a lot of money. $100 a month may seem a lot, but $3 a day is not that much. It's the same with the law of contrast. So a good example is if you're shopping for clothes, right? And so ladies or men, right? I always pick on the ladies for shopping. So forgive me for that. But anyway, just say you would you go out there and easily go spend $200 a pair of shoes? Now, maybe some of you would, but some of you may have some hesitancy. Well, it's going to blow out the monthly budget. It's so expensive, right? But imagine you spent $1,000 on a dress. Would you buy a $200 pair of shoes? Probably very easily you buy a $200 pair of shoes to match that dress. Because you're thinking of $1,000 already. That's a lot of money. Another example, if men, would you buy a $50 tie? Some of you may not buy a $50 tie. I think that's very expensive. But if you spend $1,000 in a suit, all of a sudden, sure, give me a couple of those ties. They seem very, very cheap. And people who sell cars do this all the time. Would you spend $1,000 on a new stereo system for your car? Some of you may say, no way. But after you spend $30,000 on a car, would you want the deluxe package and get the state-of-the-art stereo system? Or you want $1,000 for the moonroof? Most of you would do that immediately because the $1,000 seems very little compared to the bigger price. It's a contrast. Okay, so I'm sharing this with you because I want you to pay attention to this in normal life, right? All this stuff happens. So, for example, like shopping. If you go to the grocery store, why is the candy always out there? Number one, it's very tempting. But $1, $2 for a candy, you may not spend. I don't spend $2 for a candy. But if you're spending $30 on a grocery bill already, next to $1 or $2, no problem. I'll pick it up. Right? Or you spend $8, $10 on an apple pie, but you spend $30 on a turkey, all of a sudden the $10 apple pie is pretty cheap. Oh, well, might as well. Right? People may run out of food. Let's just bring in the pie, let's bring in the candy and all that. So it's the law of contrast. So how does this relate to signing up people and packages? You always present the cheapest package first. Okay? So you end with the package you want to spend, you want your prospect to sign up with. So I want to start with two. So just say you have a cheap package of $300 and you have the package for the nice package for the $1,500 package. You spend a little bit of time talking about a cheap package, why it's a good way to get started, but it's not that good. And you talk about all the bells and whistles, how awesome the top package is, the $1,500 package. Okay, you always spend more time on the package you want people to sign up with. So there's two packages, spend a little time with the $300, and you spend a lot of time with the $1,500 package. Now, say there are three packages, and a lot of times what you do is spend a little amount of time with this $300 package. Then you go to maybe you have a mid package, like a $700 package, right? You share a little bit, and then you talk about all the bells and whistles with the $1,500 package. Now, when this happens, the law of a contrast is your prospect will want all the bells and whistles, but they're not going to because you're spending all that time. You talk about how great it is, but they don't want to be cheap and it's cheap. But then maybe they don't feel comfortable spending the money, right? But what ends up happening is they're going to get the middle package because they don't want to be cheap getting the basic package, the little cheapo $300 package, right? So they'll end up going with the middle one. But that only works if you spend a lot of time talking about the top package. And you see this all the time. People who sell cars do all the time. They talk about the base model and then talk about the middle model and then spend all the time talking about the top, the deluxe with the leather trim, the heated steering wheel, with the moonroof, with the back moonroof, with all these cool little things, right? Heated seats, everything. But you don't want to spend, what happens is you never, if you don't get that because it's out of your budget, you don't just go back to the base model because the base model is cheap. You don't want to sound cheap in front of your friends, right? So what you end up doing, right, you get the middle package. Okay, that's how you close a lot of sales. But if your salesperson never talked about the top package, what ends up happening is most people will probably just go for the cheaper one or the middle one. The cheaper one because a lot of time is cheaper. There's two things to compare with. So you always want to have three and then sell the top one, spend more time talking the top package, and then people will end up getting the middle package. Or there's some people who are very driven. They want to go all out. They just go right to getting the top package out there. Here's another close, the puppy dog close. And this comes from basically the puppy dogs. So hopefully this has never happened to you, but I know it's happened to a lot of my friends where like you go to, the kids want a puppy. They want a puppy, but the parents are like, no way we're getting a puppy. No way. We have no time to take care of a puppy. But the kids are nagging them. They want to go. So they finally decide, can we just go to the pet store to look at a puppy? So they go look at a puppy, and then they find a really cute puppy, and then they don't want it. The parents say, no, there's no way. The guy is really, really cute, but there's no way we can take him. But then the salesperson says, hey, you know what? It's actually not that much work. Why don't you just take it home for the weekend? After the weekend, if you feel that the puppy is too much work, then bring it back. But if you feel that you can't do it, then you can keep them. But this will let you know. I'll give you kind of like a test drive, 40 hours, 2-3 days. Get used to the puppy. Find out if it's the one where you can handle it, and then you can decide. You don't need to buy anything. And guess what happens? Right? The parents, what happens after 2-3 days? The kids are tired of the puppy, but then parents fall in love with the dog. They feel guilty giving it back. They end up getting the puppy. Okay, that is the puppy dog close. So in this business, you're basically allowing them, let them try out the training. Let them try it out. So it could be someone doesn't have the money or they're skeptical. Let them go to your trainings. Let them go to trainings, meet the team. A lot of times, once you see your trainings and how great your webinars are, or especially when you meet in person, the relationships, how fun it is, they will get started with the business. And I share that with the no money objection before. I sign up many people with this by giving them a test drive. Most of the people, a lot of times, especially, they think that, is this for real? Right? They're not sure what's legit or not. Once you give the puppy dog close, I let them into my online system. Our team had their own little online system. Like I said, I've been doing online marketing since 2004. Our team had their own online system, and then we bring them to our meetings. They immediately saw the fun, like through the legitimate people, real people, not like scam artists in there. All of a sudden, they came up the money right away. And even if they said that it took them 4 weeks to get the money, they'll come up the money within 10 days. Week of 10 days, the next paycheck, and then they will get started. The last close in this section is to use the guarantee, right? If a prospect has a hidden objection, you can use the guarantee as a last resort. Now, I don't like to throw the guarantees out, but as a last resort is very effective. So, for example, in most companies, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, especially in the U.S. You get a full refund in 30 days, even if you use the product. If you take the product, open up, use up half the product, right? even 90%, some companies, even 90%, as long as you return an empty paper bag or empty bottle and most of it's used up, you still get a full refund. So if the prospect says, I got to think about it, one of the things I like to share, and it's still on the fence, right? I say, many successful distributors, they felt the same way as you did. And that's why our company has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just try out for 30 days and use the products and test out the business. And if you don't like it, you can get a full refund. So even if you open and use 3/4 of the bottle of the products, you can get a full refund. Your local vitamin store doesn't even let you do that, right? So that's how confident we are. You love the product, you love the business, so you have nothing to lose. So how can I help? Can I get you started right now? So the words I like to use is a test drive too. So we, if you're skeptical, a lot of people felt that way. They feel skeptical about it because you're not sure this is something new to you. But I'll invite you to take a test drive. Just like before you purchased the car, did you take a test drive? You took a test drive, right? You drive to make sure you like the way it feels, the car works. So you can take a test drive for the business to try it out. Try it for 30 days, take a test drive, see if you like the products, you like how we conduct business, you like the trainings, and how you can earn extra income. How about getting you on a test drive right now? All right, so the guarantee works really well. Again, that's something I've gotten a lot of people to sign up with who are skeptical, holding back. Get them with a test drive. And once they get started, I'm telling you have to work with them though. Okay, it's not like you sign them up, don't do anything. You have to work with them, train them, work with them, help them, connect them with your team, invite them as they're the best downline ever. Spend time with them. And once they see that you have the love, the team, the support, they will get started.